See, the thing is with RTM, we can say that there is some disgruntled ex-employees, guests of the show, and people who haven't even been on the show, and it's just one of those common things. Now, even Pinky has got to the brink and is willing to do time behind the whole disrespect that RTM, Young Spray, and Chronic have been pushing towards him. He can't stand the fact that he's been put into this situation from these guys because, before he was a real street dude. Now he's just seen as a typical chief and he can't stand that fact. Look at this clip.
Got the fasting ready, yeah. Slap it on auto, and I don't know who you think you're gonna bring, but let's figure out whether I'm gonna run out of buying or you're gonna run out of people or not. I'm ready to figure it out. I don't mind. Today my head's chipped. I'm God, but not today. I'm talking about that day. My head's chipped. I'm ready. I'm with all of the bullshit. Like, bro, 10 years behind the door. 10 years behind the door. I done, and I was calm with it. Don't think I'm not calm with doing another 10 or 15 if I have to.
Now, this might all seem strange if you haven't been watching RTM recently, but Pinky has been just taken the complete mick out of by the RTM. And this hasn't just been something of recent, but this is something that has been going on for quite a while. And I think he's just pushed him over the edge, especially with this Annie situation. Now, Annie has been fired from the show, if you don't know this, or Young Spray and her have got into this argument because Annie decided to go onto one of the op podcasts. Now, this is the thing in England, I think it's more of a black thing in general. We just can't seem to get along. Even if we're in the same field, we need to be arguing and bickering. So at this point, Annie has been sacked, and this was Young Spray's token black girl. Look at the whole situation and how it unfolded on that particular show.
No, you thought, there's obviously some tension, but you still went there.
There's some tension, but,
So you still
but it's
went
not
there?
my problem though, is
Okay.
it? It's not really my problem. If men are fighting for whatever
No,
reason,
but you still went there. What's your problem is? What your problem is? Wait. What your problem is?
You can go to
What are
RTM,
you?
you can't go to other podcasts.
What your
Why?
problem is? Cool, stay over there. I told you this before.
Yeah, so
Don't
then
come
why
back
did you ask
chatting
me to
shit.
come back here then?
You get what I'm saying?
You asked me to come here. I didn't ask you
No,
to come
but when
here.
you're saying this
So
arguing
what are you
thing,
talking
yeah.
about? You're
Okay,
saying
it's
stay
your
over there.
last-
You told me
it's
stay
your
over
last-
there.
it's
Then
your
you called
last-
me, and then you said, "Oh,
It's your
come,"
last
because
episode.
Tyra
No.
couldn't come. So why are you asking?
Yeah,
me
no, I
to come
didn't
back
know
here?
Trina could be here. I didn't know
Okay,
Trina.
so now you know it's not a problem. I can
didn't know
exit. It's
Trina
not a
was
problem because one thing about me, I
Yeah,
don't.
you gotta go Canary Wolf. Go back to the session.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I don't mind. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I don't get paid to be here. I don't have a
No,
contract
but
to
it
be
still
here.
it still
It's
doesn't
not,
get around the question.
Don't do this.
It
Don't
still
do that.
doesn't get around the question.
But stop acting like I care.
Yeah, but
Like
stop.
about, yeah, it's not.
No, but secretive is
I
secretive.
will. It's not a problem.
Content,
Yeah.
serious man.
It's serious for
Secretive is
them.
secretive.
Like,
No, but
it's
it's
not a
not.
problem.
But it's a mentality,
I've
innit?
got a house to go to. Do you get it?
We've all got a
Like-
house.
No, you got Canary Wolf to
I've
go
got a house
to.
to go to.
You got Canary Wolf to go to because you got to go Canary Wolf.
No,
Stop
I've
saying
got
your
a house to go
house. You got to go Canary Wolf.
Where I live, I know people in this room don't even
Yeah,
live there.
yeah, of course not.
Can't even afford to live there.
Yeah. Cool.
Now, this is all over the fact that she went onto another podcast and Chronic was very vocal with her. And the thing is, so was Young Spray. But Funky D, I don't know what it is about Funky D. Like, look at this guy. I'm not even going to let the music play. Just read the captions and see this is the sort of guy that they have decided to put on the RTM show. Just look at him. Now, the thing is, all Funky D does now is just sit on the couch next to Chronic, looking happy as Larry, not saying a word. And it's like they do the same thing. They just stick up for each other. Like someone will say something to Chronic and Funky D will be there backing or, if it's Young Spray, Funky D just shuts his mouth. And if it's anyone bad, he just lets Chronic speak to them because, Funky D hasn't got those credentials. So it's just a weird situation at the moment. It is literally like, oh, let's not even go there. Anyway, Chronic, on the other hand, you can't really expect this guy to be any other way than, just, how can I say it? Rude and inconsiderate to women. I mean, this DV tune alone should show proof of this.
Look what you made me do. Why'd you make me put my hands on you? I don't wanna prove I blaze more than you, but it's standard, I blaze more than you. Why you always shouting for? Why'd you always fall on the floor? And I'll still make you cry. What kind of love is that? I love you and I'll still black your eye. What kind of love is that?
So as you can see, that this is a guy who actually is just casually talking about DV situations. Like, honestly, I think he should just be arrested for that fact alone because, he clearly thinks it's funny or thinks it's okay to be in these sort of situations. And, it isn't okay for people to even produce songs that hurt your ears in the way that this song does. But, it should just be a crime to actually make bad music at this point, especially if this is what you're going to talk about. The thing is, we all know Young Spray is just a comedian. You know, he's funny and he's got these jokes, but sometimes he just takes it a bit too far as well, and he doesn't know when to stop. And even when his guests and people around him kind of just try to make it easier for him to understand what not to say, he still does what he wants to do because it's his show. He doesn't want to be governed, and Young Spray just has zero filter. And this is why this clip is very important, because this puts Spray in a situation where he had to do something that he probably doesn't have to do much of in his life, and that was apologize. And I'm not sure if he really wanted to apologize or he just thought it would be good content at the time. But regardless of the situation, he decided he was going to say something that he really shouldn't have said.
There was a girl, she's on TikTok, and she went viral because she done a video because she's the face of ugly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you see that on the shaper?
I felt sorry
Hey,
for
to
her,
meet
you
her,
know.
I'm the face of foolishness. He's the face of ugly. It's mind game.
I felt sorry for
Was
her.
she ugly?
Definitely. Proper ugly. But do you know what it is?
Purposely or
Beauty's
just
in the eye
naturally?
of the beholder, innit?
Yeah, but-
Somebody's beautiful.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
yeah, but that's one thing. Yeah, but you got to have something that's ugly.
Was she
What's the
purposely
word
or
ugly
ugly?
for? Like you can't. People
I
keep
wouldn't
trying to
say
go
that
around
but
stuff.
I wouldn't put
like,
her as the
beauty's
face
in the
of
eye of beholder.
No, but it's no.
Sounds
do you
great.
know-
can't see
But
it
if
then.
someone's ugly, they're fucking ugly.
I know, but
Like,
I'm
you
just
can't
saying, but to
turn
me, as
ugly
an older
into
person-
beautiful to someone that
Can I
finds
say
that
something?
she's ugly.
But as I've gotten older,
Not even ugly, ugly.
As I've
you have to
gotten-
use the H.
Now, there's a few things wrong with this clip. First, we have to take note of why is Chronic actually decided that he's going to look like Jafar from Aladdin. Like, don't these two look so similar? Secondly, Miss Cream literally tries her best to kind of like edge Spray into a way of just like accepting the fact that people don't all look at everybody the exact same way. But Spray still continues. And, you know, even our guest is sitting there with his hands in his face saying, oh my gosh, don't you just know when to shh? Now, this led to, you know, a whole backlash and that. And, you know, Young Spray then decided that he was going to get Antho on the show. And the thing is, I think Young Spray got, you know, didn't get what he expected and was, you know, pretty annoyed with the fact that Antho had basically done exactly what he kind of does to people.
I'm trying to say that.
Knowing that I thought you was ugly.
Yeah, you can't call someone ugly and then wait a whole year to apologize, which is okay. You thought about it. You said, you know what, I'm wrong, but you waited a whole year. If you were
Less than a
genuinely,
year.
if you were
Less than a year.
genuinely, if you were
I phoned
genuinely
midday ages
sincere,
ago.
if you were genuinely sincere, you would have done it the minute it went viral the first time.
I don't know you. I might have changed my opinion, but at the moment, your character's ugly.
Hold
At
up
the
a second.
moment.
No, but-
I thought you'd have
hold
a
up.
nice character.
Hold up.
Do you
You
know what I
see
mean?
this,
It didn't
you see
make me
this
think,
industry,
oh,
yeah? You see this industry, yeah, when you're in the public eye, yeah?
Yeah.
People are going to have an opinion of you,
And
yeah?
that's okay.
Hold up. Can I just speak, please?
You can have an opinion. You can I generally believe if you insult someone publicly, you should apologize
Yeah.
publicly, and then after that, you cut ties or you go about with your life.
So the situation here is that basically Antho is annoyed. She's annoyed at the fact that Young Spray has basically insulted her. And then he acts like it's not just for content that he's brought her onto this show and decided to apologize at this point because, like she says, it's been a year or more or less a year and it's taken him this long to come with a response. And then Pinky comes out of a statement, which I don't even know why he comes out of it because it's just the most obvious of obvious statements, but he spits it like it's some education or some verse or something that sounded smart at the time, but it really was just basic common knowledge. Now, this leads to basically the whole cast except for Antho because she knows she's going to leave at some point, getting annoyed and getting frustrated and just trying to talk nonsense to her. And it gets to the point where, do you know what? She's just had enough.
I would have rather just send you the money though, and then you don't take the ticket, and I would have said sorry on the phone, and you just keep the money.
No,
Listen.
guys, you apologize, accept the apology, you can continue on your podcast.
So
Alright, in a bit.
you travelled from. This is the thing.
Oh, here we go, y'all.
Now, listen, clearly she didn't want to be there. She came all the way down from Nottingham just to get an apology from Young Spray publicly. Like, now, I'm not going to knock her, like, whole thing, but to travel down from Nottingham just to come to Young Spray's RTM show just to get an apology when, you know, you could have just like asked for him to do that on it. I don't know. But I don't think Young Spray would have done that, to be honest. I think Young Spray literally probably said the only way she's going to get an apology is if she comes down. So she took his money, got her apology and walked out. And you know what? Young Spray had this chat about, oh, he would have just sent her the money and apologized on the phone. Well, evidently that wasn't true, because if you listen to the next part, you're going to hear Young Spray kind of like seeming to demand his money back because he doesn't, or you know, he doesn't believe that Antho spent enough time there.
I am recording the whole thing, so you gave me my time, you got my time, and that's about it. What the fuck just happened?
Now, Young Spray does try to say his point about women, let's be honest. I mean, there was that time that he kind of stuck up to Chronic for making the DV tune in the first place. Now, the thing is, I don't know whether this was to stick up for him or just to purely embarrass him in front of his girlfriend, which, you know, Young Spray is clearly, or yeah, I don't know if it's his girlfriend now, but at the time he was clearly whipped on her, and I'm going to show you proof of that in a minute. But you know, he tries to get onto Chronic basically about this whole DV tune, and you know, he just shuts everybody else out and just little boys Chronic for the weirdest reason. And Chronic, if this was Pinky or anybody else or Justo, Chronic would have something to say. But you know, because it's Young Spray and he is an employee of RTM, he knows that he has to submit to the hierarchy, which is fair play, because you know, when you do work, you have to kind of shut your mouth in certain situations.
No, nothing. No, it's my show.
All right, go.
I'm the person. There's no other co-host now.
All right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm the guy. I asked you a question. Whose idea was it to make the domestic violence tune? So why is everyone making him go around that question? That's all I asked.
That's the same question.
You didn't. That's all I asked. Cran. Whose idea was it? That's it. To make the
answer?
Yeah, go on.
All right, cool. No.
No, but that's where he was. That's where he was. Go on, bro.
The song was made 20 years ago. So even if it was mine or the persons who made the song, who gives a shit? It was one of our ideas. We made the song together. It was between me and a girl who made the song. Who gives a shit whose idea it was? The point is...
It was your idea.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't. It was 20 years.
So it was her idea. If it weren't yours, it was hers.
It wasn't. And my answer is exact. No one knows who made
both
it.
of yours ideas.
Yeah. We made the song together, innit? So, but
Yours first.
But the point is, the song wasn't made based off of, because it's titled domestic violence, that doesn't mean it was made based off of me committing domestic violence.
Sounded like a true story. Why'd you tell your dad?
That's fine.
No, why'd you tell your mum?
That's fine.
No, what was it?
No. That's fine. I'm a great artist.
Why'd you tell your mum for?
That's fine. What does that
Why
mean?
didn't you tell your bro?
Now, we all know Young Spray isn't really about protecting women. And in this case, it was no different. The whole situation was basically trying to make Chronic look stupid and silly in front of, you know, the girl that Young Spray is sitting next to, because he has such a deep connection with her. And, you know, this is someone who he wants to have around him. So he has to show his power, his alpha male dominance in this situation, and make her know that he is the head honcho of this show. It's his show. No one is going to govern him or tell him what to do. So now it leads in, we have another conversation, which honestly, if you have been involved in any, you know, essay sort of behavior, I would advise you to just skip this bit, because the way these guys talk about this situation really just sends chills, because I'm not understanding what we're really talking about. We're talking about someone being suffering of a crime to someone being ultimately, do you know what? You just listen to it.
Oh, women can get raped.
Muslim,
You lot made me sweat.
Everyone has been raped by Puff Daddy's men.
That made me sweat.
I'd rather you go than get arrowed.
Yeah.
In the aspect
Then
I
get
know when a man
violated
gets
and
raped,
arrowed.
it's worse than
Then get violated and
it's the
arrowed.
same
I'd rather you
crime,
go
but it's
and
worse.
meet Allah.
I agree.
The man has to die.
I'd rather you go and talk to
Fire.
Allah than you
Listen.
get arrowed. That's just me.
Listen, I totally
I'd rather
listen.
that.
Listen.
I'd rather a man tell me my sister's gone than tell me my sister got arrowed.
But
How
why?
about that?
So that's
Because
why I
I'm-
just
that's
said you're
how I am.
asking a man. You're
That's just how
asking
I am.
men.
I'm a Muslim. I don't Like how you lot look at life or how you lot respect life or rate life is not how I rate life. And you
can
can
say
say
you
Irish and
just-
I've got to deal with that.
Like, no, bro.
Like, what do you
nah,
think I've
bro.
got to do after
No,
that?
Fuck you, but this is what I'm saying. You're just worrying about you. You see the mindset about me. You're not worrying about
life about me. Is my life about me?
I'm going with it.
Is my life not about me?
Yeah, but it's not really
Did
about
everyone
not where I
ask
was
me
going
a
with it.
question? So ain't my life about me? So I'm gonna answer you about me.
Now, for any female watching this show, I mean, what would you have done? Just turn this off? Because honestly, why is he talking about it's about me? It's about me. Like, clearly you have no care for your loved ones, and especially when it comes to women. Like he said, him being a Muslim means that he looks at life differently, i.e., he looks at women differently, meaning that if you've ever been in this sort of situation, he says he'd rather you be, unalive or whatever you want to call it, than have to go to the police and go hospital and him have to deal with it. It's about young Spray having to deal with it. Oh my gosh, I have to deal with this. Like, do you know, like, when you actually think about people and act like they're grown men, this is what you've got to like take into consideration, because he's actually talking about him. That's it. Which is basically what toddlers do at that mind stage. Now, the thing is, this whole podcast was quite interesting because it kind of exposed how like jealous young Spray can get. Now, there was this whole part where people were basically asking what their types was, and the girl sitting next to Spray was very interested in all of these conversations because like Spray governs the show, but I think she kind of thinks that she more time governs him, but he doesn't want everyone to know that he's being governed by this female. Do you get it?
What do you lot look for in a guy like? What do you lot?
Like physical or like
Physical,
Both.
whatever.
Physical,
so
mental,
my
both.
type is I like black men.
Like black.
Typically darker skinned men. No, I've never been with a white guy before. Tall, always tall. It's like between I don't know, 6'2" to 6'5" is a good height for me.
That's why I didn't want to let him drink
I'm
more.
gonna
Like,
relax, I'm gonna
bruv,
relax.
just calm down, bro. Like,
I'm gonna shut up, bro.
As you can hear, Pinky is just laughing, busting up, cracking up. He obviously knows something that we don't know. And the thing is, this is why it gets so interesting, because clearly Pinky knows, but Pinky's drunk and he's just, doing too much. And Spray doesn't like it because he's just kind of like baiting up his ting, if you know what I mean.
Like, you might just be beating. Mind games. But I'm saying, what's you saying? Sorry? Have I never had sex? First thing first, men are not women.
Okay,
So
so
don't. So have you not had sex? We've had casual. So what?
so who are you meant to be having the casual sex with?
It doesn't matter.
Now, I had to give you these two clips here because honestly, I'm just astounded at how slow some people can be. Now, when she asks about the whole casual sex situation, how are you expecting women to like not want casual sex? If you're expecting casual sex, like who are you expected to have casual sex with? Men? Like, it doesn't really make much sense. And the thing is, this same girl, young Spray, is just looking at her and saying, yeah, they could only be beaten, mind games, and just looks directly at her, like insinuating that this is just the situation between them. But I feel like this is where she thinks to herself, if you're gonna play this game, maybe I will run a game on you. And this clearly annoyed Spray. I mean, it really pissed him off because, as we know, Spray likes to be the alpha male in every situation, and when someone makes him look inferior and looks like he actually cares about women, we can't have that, can we?
Who's your celebrity crush?
Damn, man.
That's weird. Fuck.
Skepta.
Hey, wife for that.
Yours is Skepta?
Wife for that.
No, hers, not
Hers
his.
is mine.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, I was like,
What the hell?
Madness.
Oh my god, Mega Goods wasn't them. That little fucking sexy bitch.
Megan Good.
Sexy.
So let's cut the plats.
Yeah.
He's sexy. And
You know what Spray said to
in this
me?
age now, all that.
We spoke, yeah,
J-Lo,
back in like December times, and I was seeing a guy who had dreads. And then we spoke like a few months after. He's like, I started growing my hair.
One talking.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
saying
sorry.
all of them. I'm telling you, all of the ones I fuck with. Like, I
Are you
fuck
not
with
finished
all of them.
talking, or are we gonna get?
No,
back?
we're
No, but I'm
they
saying when you lot are
asked me
talking.
who
No,
was
but I'm
my
saying
crushes,
yeah, but I'm
and
saying
who
when you lot
are
are doing
like-
all of that, when there's still a podcast going on,
Okay.
so it doesn't help, innit, with the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So what was you saying? No, she was saying something.
Back
Go
in
on.
December.
Oh, I was seeing a guy who had dreads. It's not even that deep, but I was seeing a guy with dreads, and then a few months later I spoke to Spray again. And obviously I told him that I was seeing a guy with long hair, and he was like, I started growing my hair basically for you. That was it.
Spray wanted that out there. You wanted that. I was talking. That needed to
No,
be
because
out
you
there.
lot, no, but you lot just chatting, innit? But
Now, if you pay close attention to this clip, you might not realize what's really going on here. Now, she's mentioned the fact that she likes Skepta, someone that Young Spray really, I don't think he likes him. Yeah, but the Young Spray comments, maybe he might cut his hair. This led her into the conversation of actually talking about the fact that Young Spray was absolutely whipped and actually did change his hairstyle to suit what she liked because she was previously dating a guy with dreads, which is quite cute. But the guys at the RTM studio can't help but use this information to take the mick, and especially Pinky, who's absolutely loving the fact that Young Spray is whipped. And Young Spray is absolutely annoyed. He is embarrassed by the fact that this girl has actually exposed this information. At first he wanted it out, but then he realized how much of an idiot and chief it made him kind of look like. He was not happy about this situation, so therefore he had to find a way to show everyone that he was governing. And the fact that he was winding himself up, added with the additional antics of Pinky. Let me play you this clip so you can understand what Pinky is doing here.
Fine.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Madness.
That was it.
Spray wanted that out there. You wanted that. I was talking. That needed to
no,
be
because
out
you
there.
lot, no, but you lot just chatting, innit?
Like, as I said to you guys, Young Spray has a rule. He will not be governed, he will not be mocked, and he will always have one up on you. So, you know what? He's not going to have this female, especially a female, coming onto his show and taking a mick, especially someone who he has a relationship with. So therefore, he sits, he plots, and he thinks of how he's going to get his get back. And with the additional antics of Pinky, because if you don't add Pinky into this equation, maybe Young Spray calms down. But Pinky, fueled by alcohol, continues to help Young Spray annoy himself.
Don't even know who he is.
Exactly.
So how do you know he's not on your level
Because
or
I'm-
above
I
your
just
level?
know he's not, and he's not
Do you
even
know
nowhere.
homeboy?
Because
Do you
you're
know
sitting
homeboy?
there, and you're not sitting with him.
Do you know homeboy?
He's definitely not on my level or above my level.
Do you know
He's
homeboy?
not doing.
Do you know homeboy?
No, I don't know him.
Okay, all right.
But I'm just saying that.
So this adding the fuel to the fire makes Young Spray get to a point of thinking how he's going to get his get back, because he did, like I said, he did not want this information exposed because it makes him look like a chief. And Young Spray is not going to be on the RTM show looking like a chief unless it's for someone who's actually better than him, like RA and Young Diz. We'll get into that another day, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I need you. You're strong like man.
Sounds
Come
great,
on.
but don't do that to her because you fucks with her. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But
Don't do
yeah,
that.
let's
Don't
get
do
back
that.
to the
Don't do that.
rudeness, please,
He's
because I
trying to
haven't
be
finished my
rude.
rudeness.
Yeah.
There's no possible way I'll grow my hair for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the last guy you was with, he's not even on my level.
How do you know that?
Because I do know that.
No,
Because
you
I
don't
know.
even know who he is.
Exactly.
So how do you know
exactly.
he's not on your level
Because
or above
I
your
just
level?
know he's not, and he's not
Do you
even
know
nowhere.
homeboy?
Because
Do you
you're
know
sitting
homeboy?
there, and you're not sitting with him.
Do you know
So
homeboy?
He's definitely not on my level or above my level.
Do you know
'Cause he's
homeboy?
not doing.
Do you know homeboy?
No, I don't know him.
Okay, all right.
But I'm just saying that regardless.
Alpha business. You want to know about this bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't know about this bit? You need to know that. Don't do that. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
no, but you know the bad.
Rude. Don't do that.
I'm joking.
You guys, half a business. But
You know the vibe.
Hey, Nash, don't, this night, don't take it personal.
I don't know him, but he'll watch.
Are you
probably watch
serious?
this.
You know he's playing.
He'll watch this and maybe DM him and ask him if he's on my level.
What's the drink?
You know what I mean? Ask him, he'll probably tell you.
Bust it, yeah.
You maniac. Ask your ex if
Open
he's
it,
on my
yeah.
level. You get what I'm saying? Ask him. And then send me his reply and tell me if I know anything.
Now, clearly, like these guys here, they've wanted to stir up Young Spray. They've wanted to make him know, like, they're aware of who, like, the ex of this girl is. And, you know, Young Spray seems to really get very annoyed with her and about the fact that she's even trying to act like this man, that Young Spray apparently has no idea who the ex is, like, is on his level. But he seems to be very frustrated at the fact that she's even considering the fact that this guy could possibly be on, you know, Young Spray's level. So what he says is maybe she should DM him and, you know, ask him that question, because he'll maybe have to put in some work and do what Young Spray used to do back in the day. But, you know, she really is just embarrassed by Young Spray talking about this, and she doesn't want this to be spoken about. But Young Spray continues to antagonize her until the point when he gets so wound up by himself that he just ends up spilling the beans, basically.
You don't
Yeah,
want none though?
screenshot
flying,
it.
yeah.
Screenshot it, send me the reply and let me know if I
Blood
need
on
to
the
buy
floor. We
anything.
say blood
yeah.
everywhere.
After that one shot, you good?
No,
They're
no,
still
no, no.
talking.
Oh, mate.
Sorry, we
You're
should
so
do a little-
crazy.
little
You're
side
funny.
I'm so
chat.
crazy.
Yeah, you are.
Look, you're saying madness. All right, cool. Let me just, because
You
now.
clearly told her that though. She said you actually told her you
All
was
right,
growing
cool,
your
but I
hair
told her
out.
I was joking after, so she didn't say that bit, did she?
No.
So you're just going mad. But now I'm going to go the maddest. Do you get what I'm saying? Because everyone.
Go the maddest.
But now I'm
Go
going
the
to go
maddest.
all
Go
the
the
way the
maddest.
maddest. Because
Yeah, go the maddest.
you told me your ex is Fumes the engineer. He's not on my level. So now what? Now what? Fumes the engineer is not on my level. Now what?
See, this is why Pinky got fired, because he's just so in the mix-up. Like, I just don't understand. He just antagonizes Young Spray. And with the addition of Young Spray actually winding himself up, he makes it known that Fumes the engineer was this girl's ex. Now, listen to Pinky again, because do not tell me this guy is not mix-up.
Yeah. But now I'm going to go all the way the maddest. Because
Yeah, go the maddest.
you told me your ex is now what? Now what? Fumes the engineer is not on my level. Now what?
No, I mean, genuine bloody tears. Like, can we just, why is Pinky like this? And he wonders why Young Spray has this, like, animosity for him. Like, now I get it. I wish I involved this in the other clips, because now this all makes sense. Why Young Spray is really annoyed at Pinky, because look at him. He just screams to the top of his lungs like, do you know what? Anyway, guys, like, that's gonna be it for this. Yeah, I feel like there's enough here for me to show you that really the world of RTM is not made for the weak-hearted women. Like Trina, she is a dime in a dozen. And I honestly think that out of like RTM is really lucky to have her. But anyway, guys, I hope that you like this one. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.